Today I am gonna discuss about Bramble Cay Melomys, the mammals to extinct, first mammal to go extinction. Bramble Cay Melomys, a rodent which is no more on this Mother Earth. The Bramble Cay Melomys, the organisms, was first discovered in 1845 on a bramble cay. In 2015, IUCN declared it extinct after the researchers failed to find even a single species of this organism. The Australian government declared officially it as extinct in February 2019. What are the reasons behind its extinction? We are going to discuss in next slide. Let's discuss its habitat. The Bramble Cay Melomys live it on a tiny island of Queensland in Bramble Cay. The habitat of these organisms is one of the most isolated places in the world. The cay was about 4 to 5 hectares and this rodent occupied only 2 hectares. The habitat of these organisms was just 3 meters above sea level. That is why the rise in sea level has played a key role in the extinction of these organisms. Now, as far as journey of extinction is concerned, some observers stated in 1845 hundreds of melomys were present on the Bramble Cay. Survives in years like 1998, 2002 and 2004 reported 42, 10 and 12 individual respectively. The last known species of the organism was sighted in 2009. A survey in 2014 fails to find even a single species of the organism. Remember, a species once lost is lost forever. No, the question is, what are the causes of its extinction? No, the primary reason is the climate change. As we all are familiar with the fact that increasing temperature results in melting of polar ice caps, which cause rise in sea level. This figure clearly shows what is going to be the sea level in the year 2050. From few reports, the global sea level has risen by 20 centimeter, and it is the main reason for the extinction of these organisms, as 97% of its habitat was struck. Now, what are the consequences of the extinction of Bramble Cay Melomys? First is the extinction is loss for biodiversity. You know what? Of disturbance in food chain, threat for more extinction. But the question is how? Because because many birds were feeding on this Bramble Cay Melomys. These extinction of these organisms would result in their extinction. Ecological imbalance will create. Above all, no, the question is what we learn from the extinction of these organisms is that we must pay attention toward the climate change's consequences. We must conserve the endangered organisms. Identification of that is primarily important. And we should promote more and more research in the field how to develop techniques to save these organisms. Like all of us familiar with the famous quote of Prime Minister of Norway, Brundtland, that we must consider our planet to be a loan from our children rather than being a gift from our ancestor. That's all.